Endfield has some of the richest world building in modern game storytelling. But that might be the most frustrating part. This game shifted its focus from people surviving the system to people building them. From the moment you enter the game, it doesn't start with personal tragedy, it doesn't start with a desperate rebellion, it doesn't even really start with loss. It starts with a mission. Something is happening in the North Pole and it's up to you to save it. Here, the game does an excellent job at showing you everything you will be doing, like building turrets, traveling the zipline, and stopping these Angloid monsters and the anchors that spawns them. The game even gives a nod to its predecessor, showing us that it's laying the groundwork towards what it is now. Which leads us to this amazing boss fight and the eventual wake up to the current timeline. There's a lot of question there, like who are these people? Was that our past? Did we just travel back in time? Because Ghost Perlica here whispers to us a lot, especially during those exploration rank up missions. But then we get to Talos 2, a developing new world. The factories, the expansion and its potential consequence is the narrative backbone. There's the main political structure of the civilization band that wants unity between all. Contrasting that was the big evil faction. Oh wait, but also this mysterious woman leading evil to spread evil juice all over the world. But wait, famine. Severe economic crisis, infighting that causes declining Bone Crusher to swallow up weaker clans and snowball into a massive army. But there's more. The Haze. Nephrith introduced them to Haze Fire. Everyone in the Bone Crusher is high on this thing permanently. We don't even know why, but Nephrith hates every faction she encountered. She indoctrinated these people to further some kind of scheme. All of this lives in notes. Why? Why do I have to dig through environmental documents just to get a grasp at the hidden depths of this game? Think about the first Angloid War that took place 150 years ago. The battle where the Administrator and the 40 hero went into the Aurora. What happened in there? Aren't you curious about that? No official record have been released from the events behind the Aurora, and of the 40 heroes who joined the Endmin, only a handful of names have been revealed to date. Why would the big three choose to keep their identity a secret? Something definitely happened. Something hidden within our history. Just from this memo alone, we learned that no regular people really know what happened during the first and probably even second major war. Mind you, the people in this world learn about the Endmin in schools. So what happens when an education system hides the truth of history while also portraying one person as the supreme savior? That's right. But if you think I'm reaching, here's a note you can find in the power plant. This one is about an author's book and how it's an incorrect recounting of the 40 hero story, claiming that there was a traitor among them. The note then goes on to accuse the author of being a landbreaker purposefully ruining the heroes of the past. You want even more evidence? We can analyze a bit of We Are Empire by Starset. Obviously I can't play the song, but if we look at verse 2, there's the depth. There's gotta be something deeper planned for this game that's not being translated well into 1.0, because you literally get none of this in the main story. Not even a fart breeze of a clue on what's going on beside we help people. Like, I get it. Dark Souls did this too, hiding his story in freaking item description. I like the fact that it rewards me for exploring and looking deeper. Plus, I get this bit of cool lore history that I can discuss with others and make videos on. But the difference is that Dark Souls tones support this mystery, while Endfield is a straightforward hero's narrative. There's nothing inherently wrong with hiding lore in the background, but man, imagine finding the real story from a piece of tossed tissue you dug up in a trash can. Which ties into my second point. Narrative tension or feeling something. I know, Valley 4 is supposed to be the setup stage. I personally enjoyed it. I'm okay with the worshipping because you are a living legend. Like, my head would hit the ground immediately if Buddha walked up to me. The lore so far backed this up, and a lot of people pointed out to me that Endmin power can literally instant fix any machinery. You know how frustrating it is to boot up a 10-year-old PC and have no idea why it's running an error? If I see this guy raise his hand and everything suddenly becomes new, yeah, go ahead, pop a new factory in my backyard. Make us more RAM. Heck, I'm even okay with the trust me bro that Perlica be telling us, because that makes us ask, question, and discuss. Some people in my comments are telling me that they find her suspicious. That's good. Question her. Question everything. Even me. Is everything I'm telling you real or just made up so that I can get a sponsorship? This isn't part of the main point, but for those finding her suspicious, Endfield just released a comic on her while I was making this video. It's pretty wholesome, but she's actually a child prodigy. Out here schooling grown men. They even got her doing the nerd emoji. Hold on. But real quick, Perlica, do you have faith in me?
Of course I do. You're super strong.
No battle is ever guaranteed. We can only do our best and hope for victory.
But would we lose?
Nah, we'd win. Not actually what he's... Oh. Show don't tell is a golden guideline in writing, but sometimes you kinda need that telling of exposition. Endfield introduced a lot of big words, historical events, and infrastructure plans. I bet 99% of the audience don't have an electrical engineering degree, cause you'd have been like this guy. However, let me show you how far Endfield will go to send a message.
At one point in our history, Originium mining led to a series of environmental and social issues. However, we had no choice but to press forward. Originium is a resource essential for our survival.
Fortunately, yes. When mining and using Originium, Oripathy is one of the hazards we must face. Active Originium can infect and harm an improperly protected victim.
My history teacher told me that Oripathy positives were once ostracized in numerous places on Terra.
Know that both you and Originium have always been fighting for our survival on Talos too. You can trust me on that.
This cutscene happens in the same quest line. Like, who is this dialogue for? Because the people who skip the story won't hear it, and the people bored out of their minds won't hear it. So that leaves the people who pay attention to relearn this information. It's just insane how much they do this. I've mentioned this in my previous video, but the tutorial is crazy to me, like to the point that it affects the story. But some of you made really good counter arguments, and you're right, some people do need it. Wait, what?
Yeah, I know, just do it. Okay, yeah, okay, so now, okay, so we're gonna go right here, right? I mean, okay. Yeah, no, it's real simple. It's defining that. Okay, alright, so wait, I did it wrong.
Oh boy, you are not lying. This guy got stuck on this fort. You know what? I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I've been in this situation before. Maybe the guy's tired.
I can't figure this out. I'm gonna stop.
But I still stand by what I said, in that it's just insanely overbearing to the point where I don't think anyone is learning anything. Because in my perspective, if I'm trying to teach you physics, right? But I'm correcting every single number you write down while over your shoulder and whispering in your ears to hit that like button. You know what I mean? But my personal gripe, and this isn't unique to Endfield, is the worthless choice option. What is the point of this? There's only like 3 times I can think off the top of my head where it actually affects the dialogue. Other times it's just different flavors. But even if the story trusted us more, the bigger issue remains. The story is too safe. For all its ambition, Endfield is strangely controlled. Conflicts arise, but they resolved cleanly. Tension builds, but they rarely spiral. Decisions are there, but rarely ever catastrophic. There is not a single time when our character chooses to do something and pay the price for it. Valley Pass, refugee in danger, we came in, saved the day, no special planning or strategy, just beat him up. Science Park, same thing. Meet Tata, Yavani introduction, upgrade Tata. Low Spring, again, same thing. Worker in trouble, no strategy, no action that caused any consequence, just beat up the anchors. Power Plateau, they almost did it. Russian man has the device to blow everything sky high, but in doing so, he would be sacrificing everyone to stop this crisis. Just kidding. We ended up getting a speech of sticking together. Then later, after fighting the boss, Tata had to sacrifice itself. While emotional, it wasn't a consequence of what we did or even a consequence at all. We all tried our best to stop the big bad, but Tata was made to eradicate the blight and fulfill its mission in saving all of us. After chapter 1, we enter rural China, where we finally get something that looks like a choice. A thief from an impoverished stockade. She's a capable leader with a heart of gold. But she faces a real dilemma. Her family is suffering, yet they refuse to bring in any outsiders' help. It's tradition clashing with change. If nothing happens, the stockade will collapse. This should be messy and divide people. This should have cost her something, but it doesn't. Her decision to bring us in has no consequence. It's the safest possible version of the conflict. I'm not saying every choice needs to kill a character off or change the entire world. What I want to see and feel is the reaction from the choices. It's obvious that we are never gonna die. It's obvious that we'll help the stockade. It's also obvious that Stockade and Wuling will unite to face this crisis. But that's kind of the problem. It needs some kind of uncertainty, a moment where you genuinely don't know if things will work out, or even if they do, at what cost. Right now, Endfield feels like a story where every conflict is a scheduled appointment. We show up, we fix it, we leave, nothing lingers, nothing changes. But when nothing costs, it's hard to care. I don't want Endfield to be darker, I just want it to be braver, because ambition isn't just about scale, it's about risk. And until the story is willing to let something break, it's hard to feel like it matters. Okay, damn big.